Hi, good morning. Okay, to start out, 2 deep breaths and the prayer. Dear God, if left to my own devices, my perception will be skewed. I surrender to you everything that I think and feel. God, please take my past and plan my future. Send your spirit to redeem my mind that I might be set free. May I be your channel, God, and serve the world. May I become who you would have me be, do what you would have me do, go where you would have me go, and say what you would have me say, and to whom. Thank you, God, for my many, many blessings. Please enable me to set aside everything I think I know about everything. Please allow me to have an open mind for a new experience. I love you, God. Help me to be a conduit of love and light in this world. Amen. Good. We're on lesson 16. I have no neutral thoughts. The idea for today is a beginning step in dispelling the belief that your thoughts have no effect. Everything you see is a result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Thoughts are not big or little, powerful or weak. They are merely true or false. Those that are true create their own likeness. Those that are false make theirs. There is no more self-contradictory concept than that of idle thoughts. What gives rise to the perception of a whole world can hardly be called idle. Every thought that you have contributes to truth or to illusion. Either it extends the truth or it multiplies illusions. You can indeed multiply nothing, but you will not extend it by doing so. Besides, you are recognizing that thoughts are never idle. Salvation requires that you also recognize that every thought you have brings either peace or war, either love or fear. A neutral result is impossible because a neutral thought is impossible. There is such a temptation to dismiss fear thoughts as unimportant, trivial, and not worth bothering about, that it's essential you recognize them all as equally destructive, but equally unreal. We will practice this idea in many forms before you really understand it. In applying the idea for today, search your mind for a minute or so with your eyes closed. Sorry, the dogs are playing. And actively seek not to overlook any little thought that may tend to elude the search. Bentley, stop it. Bentley, come here. This is quite difficult until you get used to it. And I'm going to reread these instructions before I close. You will find that it is still hard for you not to make artificial distinctions. Every thought that occurs to you, regardless of the qualities that you assign to it, is a suitable subject for applying today's idea. In the practice periods, first repeat the idea to yourself, and then, as each one crosses your mind, hold it in awareness while you tell yourself, this thought about blank is not a neutral thought. That thought about blank is not a neutral thought. As usual, use today's idea whenever you are aware of a particular thought that arouses uneasiness. The following form is suggested for this purpose. This thought about blank is not a neutral thought, because I have no neutral thoughts. 4 or 5 practice periods are recommended, if you find them relatively effortless. If strain is experienced, 3 will be enough. The length of the exercise period should also be reduced if there is discomfort. A perfect example for me today. When I was leaving work, I have a new hospice patient, and I've started a new job on Monday, so I did not feel like going to see this patient. You have a little fear when you're going to meet somebody new, number one. And number two, I have the thought I'm tired. I've been holding a lot of tension in my shoulders this week, neck and shoulders, and I'm sure it's just it's, it's the excess, going through training, all this new stuff again. I miss you. But anyway, it's like just going through the process of something new, the stress, the natural, normal stress that goes along with that. So anyway, so I've been telling myself that I've just been feeling very fatigued as usual and just really tired, and I just didn't want to go. I was supposed to go last night, and I just didn't go. So then I'm off work tonight, and I was like, I really don't want to go, and I was like, I just need to go. And I didn't feel that tired today like I've been. I didn't feel as tired, but I was still that negativity, that fear, and that negativity was there, and I didn't listen to my thoughts tonight. I listened to my spirit, because I know it was the right thing to go and stop putting this off, walk through it, walk through the, it's kind of uncomfortable at first, walk through the discomfort, walk through the fear, and do the right thing, follow my spirit, follow my heart, and just in doing that alone, number one, phew, awesome. Okay, but then doing that and having that connection with another human being, another spirit, one, with me, having that beautiful connection with the hospice patient. And then it also inspired me. One of my hospice patients passed away, which is the whole point of hospice. And that's, I volunteer to help them, as much as I can up until that point, obviously. So she was such an amazing, beautiful woman, and so grateful for the little time we had together. But so anyway, she had passed away, but she and her husband worked together in a nursing home, and so he was left. And the last time I saw them, I told them I would bring ice cream, and so she passed away. So I was contacted by hospice. She passed away, so you don't need to go back, obviously. Well, I remembered that I told her husband I'd bring ice cream, and he was still there. So, having gone to my new hospice patient tonight, I then was inspired to go get ice cream for this patient, walk through that fear too of seeing him after, I think they were married, gosh, over 60 years. 20, maybe. Yeah, over 60. Probably over 65 years. So I was able to walk through that and go see him and bring him ice cream like I said I would. And I'm going to go back again. I'm going to go back next week. I'm going to try to go back and see him next week. So anyway, it was just, a beautiful experience. And I'm grateful that I didn't listen to my body or the thoughts about my body, because it's not my body, it's my mind. I didn't listen to that, and my choice wasn't driven by that as much as I wanted to listen to it. I know that if I had, I would have felt awful, but also just the freedom in doing the right thing. And listening to my spirit is beautiful. It just inspires me. It's that God connect. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and read through the instructions. Lesson 16, I have no neutral thoughts. So thoughts are not big or little, powerful or weak. They are merely true or false. Those that are true create their own likeness. Those that are false make theirs. So, that not, if I hadn't gone, I would have been through, continued making thoughts about that and around that story and would have been beating myself up for it. So, alright. So, I like this part too. Besides your recognizing that thoughts are never idle, salvation requires that you also recognize that every thought you have brings either peace or war, love or fear. A neutral result is impossible because a neutral thought is impossible. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I creating fear or am I creating love? And today I really, help me to remember, want to create love. So, alright, so this thought about such and such is not a neutral idea. So repeat the idea to yourself. Then as each thought crosses your mind, hold it in awareness while you tell yourself that thought, this thought is not neutral. And of course, if you feel uneasy, don't continue. But you can also, this is another suggested form, is this thought about such and such is not neutral thought because I have no neutral thoughts. 4 or 5 practice periods are recommended if you find them relatively effortless. If strain is experienced, 3 will be enough. The length of the exercise period should also be reduced if there is discomfort. There you have it. Okay, so I am going to stop there. I rambled on enough. And 2 beautiful deep breaths and exhales, slow exhales, and I'll pick up the book and read a prayer. I'm going to read some of the prayers in the back here. In section 2 of the workbook. Okay. Today, I'm sorry. Hey, no. Dear Father, this is your day. It is a day in which I would do nothing by myself, but hear your voice in everything that I do, requesting only what you offer me, accepting only thoughts that you share with me. Father, I thank you for today and for the freedom I am certain it will bring. This day is holy, for today your Son will be redeemed. His suffering is done, for he will hear your voice, directing him to find Christ's vision through forgiveness and be free forever from all suffering. Thanks for today, my Father. I was born into this world but to achieve this day, and what it holds in joy and freedom for your Holy Son and for the world he made, which is released along with him today. Thank you, God. I love you. I wish you a most beautiful, 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 beautiful Thursday. Thank you for watching this. I'm really grateful that I've been able to let go of my fear and just put this out there. That's huge for me. That's huge. I think anybody who has my email address can probably see this, but even work. And you know what? I don't care anymore. I really don't. I mean, I don't think it's anything negative, of course. It's my truth. But it's just like to to have that freedom to follow my heart and to do what I'm inspired to do is a miracle. I don't even know. Half the time I don't have makeup on. I don't even care. So I hope I don't scare you. But anyway, it's just like, it's so huge for me. And I'm not doing it for ego boost because I'm not even checking it, you know. So it's just a conduit of, it's just, I don't know if it's a conduit of love, but for me, I'm just letting it pour through me, and I'm just releasing it to the universe, and that's big for me. It's a huge change and a gift, and I'm very grateful. So I'm very grateful if you're watching this. Thank you. I love you, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.